Hi, this is Sean. Welcome to Guitar Reference Guide. Super excited about today's lesson. I'm going to be taking you through the classic Please Send Me Someone to Love. This was written by Percy Mayfield. I'm going to be taking you through the B.B. King version. In today's lesson, we're going to be covering the intro, the solo, I'm going to show you how to play the chords. And we're going to discuss some of the soloing strategies that he used to play both the intro and the solo. We're going to break down these licks one at a time. If you like what you see in this video, please click the link below. There you can pick up a PDF of this lesson. And as usual, I will have a backing track there as well. Please subscribe, like, etc. We have a lot to do, so let's dig in. Thanks so much for visiting me at guitarreferenceguide.com. Two of the main scales you want to get familiar with this solo and the intro are going to be your major C major pentatonic scale and your C minor pentatonic scale. I'm sure everybody knows this one. Those are the two main scales that he uses over the solo and the intro. Okay, so the first order of business, this is basically a blues in C, but there's a lot of really cool twists and turns with respect to the progression. It's not your standard 12-bar blues. We're going to start with the turnaround. The song starts with the turnaround. That's where the intro licks happen. Chords are going to be 1, which is going to be my C. 6, A7. 2, D7, secondary dominant. 5, back to the 1. 4, passing tone diminished into C with a G in the bass, back to the 1, to the 5, to the G7. This is a 12/8 time, so we're counting 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. You can also count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, but I like to subdivide it little groupings of 3. I think that's a little bit easier. All right, so we're going to start with lick number 1 over the intro, the turnaround. This is mostly going to be, the majority of this is, the first part is going to be C major pentatonic. All right, so lick number 1. So what's happening here is we're basically playing the D note, and we're bending this up a whole step, and we're playing the G note, and that implies the C chord. That implies the 1 chord. There's your 3 and your 5 of the 1. And then we're ending on the 14th fret of the G string, and that's going to be your A note, and that's implying the 6. And then, so that's lick number 1. Great lick, some vibrato there. Lick number 2. And this is going over the D7. So here he's resolving to the C, which is the flat 7 of D, really slow. Try and get that BB vibrato. Got to do that little flutter. Regular vibrato, BB vibrato. Get the flutter. I need to work on it. It's pretty tough. Okay, now the next lick is going to be over the G7 chord. Playing at the 13th fret, we're going to shift now. This is classic BB lick. Whole step, 13th fret, 13th fret, half step on the 11th fret, resolving to the C. And there he's targeting that root note. And then we bend this up a half step, the 11th fret to the to the E, half step. And then now the next line is going to sound so really quick, that last lick. This is my favorite lick. This next lick takes us out into the verse really well. And this is going over this is going to be going over the G flat 7 diminished 7 chord. So here we're playing 11th fret, 8th fret, 10th fret, 10th fret, 8th fret, 9th fret, resolving to the 5th of C, which is your G note. What a great lick. So here, if we look at a basic C minor pentatonic scale, so he's kind of going back and forth between major and minor. Here's your basic minor pentatonic scale, but he's skipping the minor third. Then he comes back to the minor third, major third to imply that chord, and then targeting here. It's a fantastic lick. And then now we're going to resolve to the G, and then this going to be over this. So here he's starting on the flat 7. Then he's going to the 6. Then he's going to the, if I'm looking at this against the G7, we're playing this would be your flat 7, your 6, your 4, and your tonic. If you looked at it over C, that would be your 4, your major third, your tonic, and your 5. You could look at it like that too. So here's the whole intro. Really slow. Lick number 1. Lick number 1. Lick number 2. Get a flutter. Lick number 3. Lick number 4. Lick number 5. And that's the intro. Masterful stuff here. Okay, now for the solo. We're going to start. The first lick is going to sound like this. Here we're starting with your classic minor pentatonic BB box. So here we're playing, I'm going on the C note to the E flat, and then I'm going to bend up the F to the G. One more time. And that's over the C7 chord. Then I'm coming back to the tonic. A little vibrato, and then I'm going to the A note, and I'm also playing the open E. It's like a little stab. So lick number 1. Next lick. We're starting, this is more classic BB stuff here. This is still going to be bordering on C minor pentatonic, hitting a couple other notes that are not in there though. We're going to start with a half step bend. Then I'm going to play that's going to be from the E flat to the E. And then I'm going to go to the F, half step to F sharp, whole step, and then a real slight bend here to target the C here. So that lick's going to sound like this. Vibrato. And then we're back to the A note there. And that's going to be all over the C. So that's mostly C minor pentatonic. The next lick, you're going to move up to the, we're going to be here on the 18th fret, and this is going to be C minor pentatonic starting on the flat 7. Very quick, classic BB lick. Playing this really fast. So here we're playing 18, 15, 18, 16, 17. Really slow. And here we're playing over the F7 chord. He's targeting this note, which is going to be your C. That's the fifth of F7. And then he's stabbing the F to tell you that that's where he is. It's kind of like an anchor. It's like, here we are, question answer, over the F7. And here I'm playing the 14th fret and the 13th fret. Now it goes to the G flat diminished chord. And then we come back to this lick, but we're going to play it a little different this time. So that will be the next lick after the rapid fire, target, anchor. That's here. I'm playing the third and the fifth of F. Next lick. So here I'm playing. I'm just going to play that whole lick and then break it down. So here I'm going 18th fret, 15th fret, 18th fret whole step bend, release. Move back to the 16th fret, whole step release, bend and release, whole step release, vibrato on the 13th fret. And that's all going over the diminished chord, that G flat diminished. So you can see he's targeting that note right there, which is your flat 5. This next lick is hands down one of my favorite licks in the whole thing. And this is going over the C7. So here I'm playing minor third, major third, tonic, fifth, fourth, major third, 5, 6. Then I'm going to do a pre-bend on the 6, whole step, pre-bend release. Then I'm playing 6 to 5. Then I'm going to play a whole step on the 10th fret up to the 12th fret. Back to the 6, another bend, back to the 5. So that whole lick really slow. This is also all implying the C7 chord. That's all going over this chord. 11, 12, 8, 8, 10, 9, 10, 9, 8, 10, pre-bend release, 10, 8, 10 whole step, 10 whole step from the 10th fret to the 8th fret. And that'll be the next lick. Next lick. Okay, so for this next lick, we're sliding up to, this is going to be going over the G7. And now we're back to major pentatonic. So he's back to the C major pentatonic here. Then he's going to do this awesome chromatic line. So we're playing up to the 14th fret. Here's our major pentatonic scale. 14th fret, 13th fret, 15th fret, 13th fret, 15, 14, 13, 12, 13 is our tonic. Oh no, it's going to resolve to the to here, which is, and that's going to be, okay, so the next lick is going to be over G7. I'm going to play it and then break it down. So here I'm playing, once again, we're in the major pentatonic. So here I'm playing 14th fret, 13th fret, 15th fret. Now I'm going to do a chromatic line. I'm playing 15, 14, 13, 12, 13, 12, back to the 13. And those are a series of triplets. And then over the F7, so here I'm still staying in this box, and I'm going to bend up a whole step on the 15th fret, release, pull off, 14th fret, 13th fret, whole step bend on 15. And then the last lick, almost the last lick, this is one of my favorite licks in this whole thing. This is the last lick, is going to be like this. I'm going to play it and then break it down. And this is going to be back over the C. So here over this lick I'm playing 11th fret, 8th fret, 10th fret, 9th fret, 10th fret, 10th fret, and 8th fret. Break it down harmonically. We have basically my C minor pentatonic adding that major third again. So here's flat 7, 5, 4, major 3, tonic, 5, flat 7, resolving on the flat 7 there. And that takes us through the entire solo. So that'll be the last lick. Okay, I've already taken you through the intro when we did the intro licks. I took you through the chords with that already. So now we're going to go right into the verse chords. I'm just going to play through it really quick. And as I'm playing, I'm going to break down what it is. But you're going to want to have a comprehensive knowledge of basic bar chords and shell voicings. Everything will be on the PDF as well. So this will be a quick study for the chords. Here we go. For the verse, we're going to have a C7 shell voicing. 8th fret, 8th fret, 9th fret, that's going to be my 1, flat 7, and my 3. Here we go. That's where we start. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3. To the B7 and back to the C. F7. G flat diminished 7. C major. E flat diminished 7. D minor 7 for a whole measure. G7. A flat 7, shell voicings, back to the G7 for a whole measure. That whole thing, that whole first 4 bars is going to repeat, and then the second ending is going to be a little different. We're going to have C, E flat diminished 7, D minor 7, right to G7, back to C, F7, back to the C, C7, and that's going to bring us into the to the chorus, and that will be the verse chords. Now for the chorus, we're going to play a regular F bar chord, and the rhythm here is going to change a little bit. It's going to go down, down, up, down, down, F minor, C, C7, D minor 7, G7, C to C7. You can do that again. C7, go all the way to A7, D7 for a whole measure, G7 for a whole measure. And then we're back to the verse. Now, the last part of it, everything's going to repeat. Those basic chords repeat through all the sections. The solo goes through the second half of the verse. The outro is really cool. So I'm going to take it from the turnaround into the outro. So the verse the verse stays the same. The first 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The first 6 bars stays the same as the second ending, and then I'm going to take it from the outro part. So we're going to have the C, B flat 7, A7 for a whole measure, D minor 7, G7. This is the money here. C7, E diminished, F7, F sharp diminished 7, G7 to C sharp 7, and then you pause, and then we end on a C chord. So here we have C7, E diminished, which is going to be 7, 8, 9, and 8, regular diminished chord, F7, 8, 10, 8, 10. To create this F sharp diminished, all you need to do is put your second finger on the 9th fret. That's going to be 9, 10, 8, and 10. G7, regular G7 voicing here. To tritone sub here, that's your C sharp 7 chord. And then you pause, and then we're into C. And those would be the chords for Please Send Me Someone to Love.